This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Also being heard on translator K266CC Cheyenne at 101.1 FM.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Welcome to Wyoming Sports Talk Today. It's being brought to you by Taco John's of Cheyenne, South Greeley Highway, KRAE Avenue, Yellowstone Road, corner of Del Range and Ridge, and the corner of Persian and Ridge. Tonight, well, in addition to the Taco Perfecto, maybe you want to grab that ever-lovely six-pack and a pound and take that with you as you're heading over to Laramie to watch the Cowboys and the Colorado State Rams. Let's see what else we have for you today. Key of Cheyenne over on Nationway. 19's still on the lot. Not a lot of them, but, you know, let's get them all out of there so we can make way for the entire lot filled with the 2020 model year. And Kia's got some great deals going on the 19s. Check out what Kia has in line for you for the year 2020. Key of Cheyenne. See my good friend AJ and the crew on Nationway. Platte Valley Bank times 2. Banking done the old-fashioned way, done the high-technology way, done everything in between. Services and goodies that you've always expected from Platte Valley Bank and more. Banda High Avenue, corner of, on the east side there at the corner of College and Pershing. Chick-fil-A, Windmill, and Del Range, right across from Powers Field and Menards. Serving up 3 delicious squares, Monday through Saturday, breakfast, lunch, and delicious dinner. And it also features their mac and cheese on the menu right now. So check out what Cindy and Ray have for you over at Chick-fil-A. 2 convenient drive-thrus or dine in. Medicap Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs. Bluegrass Circle next over to Texas Roadhouse. Open Monday through Saturday. Shop inside. Use the convenient drive-thru outside. B&B Appliance and TV at 714 Central Avenue, where they service what they sell. And again, your home for Maytag, GE, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, and more. And again, see Bruce and the crew over at B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Lennox Auto Body on Dunn Avenue, the Auto Glass and Detail Center over on Pershing Boulevard, both part of Lennox Enterprises, again, serving our community needs for over a quarter century. First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue, open Monday through Friday. Check out their CD rates right now. Tim, the staff, invite you to come on in Monday through Friday. They also want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D, the Greenway Commons. Again, serving up delicious Paisan cuisine 7 days a week, including Sundays from noon until 8. So see Joe and the wonderful staff over at Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D, in the Greenway Commons. It's Scoreboard Time, brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. We'll check in first with Nick.
Recapping last night's action here on 1480 KRAE between LCCC men's basketball and Otero Junior College, again nationally ranked number 12 Otero Junior College, where it was a complete whipping, at least out there at the rack. But for LCCC, they at least lose that contest 67-97, so a 30-point loss by LCCC. So with that loss, they'll fall to 1-6 overall. They will have a game coming up this Tuesday at Trinidad State Junior College. That will be a 4 o'clock tip-off time down there in Trinidad, Colorado. I do want to remind folks coming up here today, at least in about an hour and a half, 4:30 down in Tyler, Texas. LCCC men's soccer will compete against Eastern Florida State College in the at least D1 men's soccer championship semifinal. Again, for the first time in LCCC, at least men's soccer history, they have advanced on to the semifinals, a chance to move on and compete for the national championship, at least coming up. So again, congratulations to LCCC making it that far, and good luck to them coming up tonight. NHL action for tonight, 2 games on the slate. Pittsburgh Penguins at home. They will host the New Jersey Devils. And last but not least, the Ottawa Senators at home. They will take on the New York Rangers. That's what's happening in NHL action for tonight.
On the NBA slate, it'll be the Pistons tonight in the Little Caesars Arena hosting the Atlanta Hawks. The Wizards in the Cap One Arena. They'll have a date with the Charlotte Hornets, the Sacramento Kings. They will be in Brooklyn to take on the Nets. Sacramento versus the Nets at the Barclays Center. Bulls and the Heat in the United Center at the Chesapeake Energy Arena in OKC. The Thunder of Oklahoma City hosting the Lakers. Spurs, 76ers in the Wells Fargo Center. Cavs and the Mavericks at American Airlines Center. Warriors, Jazz tonight at the Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. Celtics, Nuggets tonight in the can at the Pepsi Center as the Nuggets are 10-3 in the season. Celtics 11-3. Rockets, Clippers, late night Staples Center. They will get underway around 8:30 Mountain Time. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. On the way, we will listen to the press conference post-game comments from head coach Alan Edwards as the Cowboys win in OT last night, 68-61 over the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. We're back after this on 1480 KRAE.
All right, if you're a gamer, you know the world of gaming is full of amazing gear. Portable cannons, flying tanks, oh, like that one, mythic artifacts. But the most advanced tool in gaming today isn't even in the game. It's right in your hand. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel is purpose-built for gaming, created with pro gamers for gamers. What does that mean? It means it's formulated with ingredients that have been shown to improve accuracy, whoa, and alertness. And Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel tastes great too. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel even comes in a special can with a uniquely textured grip, so it's easy to refuel between respawns. The ones you're furiously trying to avoid? Hey, there we go. So next time you log online, gear up. Get the drink designed for gaming. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Hard-fought battle against a coach in a program I really, really respect. I've known Coach Marlin for a while. Since my days as an assistant at Western Kentucky, I've followed his success in his career and his program. So I explained to our guys, you know, what type of team that was, and to be able to fight and go through overtime and come away with the win was a growth step for us. But really, really respect Coach Marlin and his program and what he's been able to do over his years. So excited, told our guys to enjoy it, get some good sleep. We won't be here for the CSU game tomorrow night, but hopefully everybody else that's in town, please, turn the lights off, bring the kids, bring your neighbors, anybody, to support football in the border war. Beat the sheep. We leave tomorrow. Yep. To go to bed. Well, the lid came off. The lid came off. And you know what? I complimented him. And again, we've just stayed the course with him and understood that we understand what type of player he is. And him shooting the basketball is a big part of it. Not only that, but I thought he did some other things well tonight also. But I think it still goes to show with this group, you know, a different guy can do it. It doesn't always have to be, and it doesn't have to be in a points way. Because I still thought other guys were effective. That's 2 games back-to-back, Jake Hendricks with double digits rebounds. I thought Mulder was big in overtime in a sense of playing through him out of the post. TJ has some nice drives. AJ has been really, really good here for the last couple of games on both sides of the basketball. So need to keep those guys going while we're still trying to grow some of our younger guys.
What does that say about Jake, who was struggling from the field?
Yeah.
He still comes up big by getting 11 rebounds.
Well, again, it's just with this group, it's just been a different mentality, you know, and we're hanging our hat on the defensive end of the floor. We're hanging our hat on rebounding the basketball, and we're hanging on our hat to taking care of the basketball, even though we had 16 turnovers. But That's the three things. And just being unselfish offensively. And like I told the radio guys, it's always a catch-22 because there was a time when we were in the bonus. And yes, we're preaching to our guys, let's get to the rim. But if Jake Hendricks is open from the three-point line, it's kind of tough, even though I still yell at him. That's one of those, I'm yelling, but you're open. Same thing with Thompson. And Thompson was able to hit a big one in the overtime for us. But Jake stays on the floor for us because of the threat. And then when he's able to do other things like that, it makes him even more valuable as a basketball player.
Bob said to his team at one point in the second half, he was out in the huddle and said, number 2, AJ is the best guard on the floor right now. Is he capable of that? Do you need him to be
I had a good talk with, when we were doing the whole, I was going to each kid's home to talk to them and their families and their coaches or whoever. We had to reschedule AJ's because of traffic getting from LA to Vegas. But AJ went to media day in Vegas. So had a chance to sit down with his father, brother, sister, AAU coach, high school coach, and just talk to him about how I saw AJ. I think AJ could be an unbelievable basketball player. Where he struggled was him believing in himself. But I wanted him to hear me say those things in front of his family to let them know and him know how much I believe in him. And we didn't start off the season that way. And we had to have another sit down. And my thing was, I'm not going to give it to you. I believe you can, but I'm not going to give it to you. But what I do believe that has happened for AJ is allowing him, I think he takes it upon himself defensively to try to take out the other guard's best player. Other team's best player. And he will be on the other team's best player, especially if he's a perimeter guy. So the kid Russell, I believe, is a really good basketball player. I want to say he had 18 in the first half against TCU. Did not play in the second half. And I thought AJ did his job on him tonight. And I think that gives him energy and confidence to be as effective on the offensive end of the floor. So being a little bit more confident in his jump shot, and then being able to get to the basket and, take me yelling at him a little bit better. So, and he's in good shape to stay out there for a very long time. But there'll be times where, yes, he'll be the best player on the floor. But again, someone might say that about Maldo, at some point. Someone might say that about, Jake, So I love that fact of having pieces rather than just having JJ and just say, go score.
How do you take this kind of grinded-out defense mentality, the scrappiness on the road, knowing that, the competition level's going up Sunday and Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, to me, at the end of the day, and I told our guys, we're building, right, on it. So, obviously, I haven't had a chance to watch CU. I have watched TCU and Clemson, just getting ready for the 2 previous games that we've had. And it's on a neutral site, So at the end of the day, we lace them up. They lace them up, And the only thing I can tell you, we're going to go out there and compete, And our guys are working. And I like what we have. We just got to continue to build on it.
I think Nick said that under you guys are now 8-2 in overtime games. Is that what I heard you say?
8-2. Which 2 I lost? Oh, USC.
He went 6-0.
Who was the first? What was the other 2?
The USC and
Denver
last year.
Oh, yeah.
You went 6-0 the year, your second year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is an NCAA record.
So I was going to say, what allows you guys to knock it down at the end of regulation and be successful
Well, the year we went 6-0, I thought we practiced those situations so much in the sense of just playing 4-minute games in practice. And when you're playing 4-minute games, so many situations come up within it. And you don't get rattled because you've kind of went through it. This group has not been able to go through that as much. But again, what we talked about these last 4 minutes was just defense. And the adjustment that we made was, okay, let's play through Maldo in the post. And I thought Maldo made a great pass to Thompson, cutting back door. Did something else. I can't remember. He did something else. We went in there twice. And then Thompson hit the big three. But more importantly, in overtime, I mean, they were 2 for 8, and they did not make a three. So at the end of the day, this group, I believe, cares a little bit more about that end of the floor. Yeah.
Any concern about lack of production off your bench right now in terms of scoring?
Well, you know what? Kenny got 7 threes up while he was out there. And Greg's coming. Greg's coming along. And what Austin does is doesn't show up in his stat sheet. So it's not like when he's out there, I'm looking for him to like go out there and score it. But he is so much of a glue guy that defending, rebounding, communicating, leadership, there's a lot of things that he does that does not show up on the stat sheet. So I'm very happy with his production. Again, Kenny, Greg, this is game 6 for Greg and game 5 for Kenny. So it'll come. They'll come. They'll come. And again, I mean, to be honest with you, even with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, play 7 guys, and Greg was a 7-minute guy. So probably getting up there at about 8. Tyler gets back. You know, I care about the minutes part than the natural production from the guys. And then I'm not saying that we don't need it. I'm just saying we have to get through them growing as basketball players at this level.
I know it's early, but you guys got off the 1-3 start. Offense was struggling, a couple upside losses. Do you feel like you guys needed these last 2 games?
You know what? I told our staff the other day, because, you know, every coach in the country goes through their schedule. And every coach looks at it and say, you know, hey, we got a shot here. This one's going to be tough. Right now, I would have said 4-2. And I would have been really happy, you know, because winning on the road at South Carolina would be tough. I think Oregon State is a very good offensive team. I thought the egg that we laid was against Fullerton. But that was a part of growth with this group. But to come out of it 500 going into this, you know, that's a solid place to be, you know. And then, like I said, I have not seen CU play yet, but I have seen TCU, who I think is a really good program. And then, obviously, I watched Clemson against Detroit. And Coach Brunell, you know, he's a really good coach, you know. So we're excited for the challenge, and, you know, we'll prepare for CU, you know, like we prepare for every game that we get ready for.
And offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. That's Spanish for perfect. We redesigned it with an aerodynamic shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned to perfection beef, chili lime chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Take care of stress. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. With the new Kia vehicle, you get one of the best warranties in America. The new 2020 Kia Soul comes with a completely redesigned exterior and interior, all new high-tech features, and an available turbocharged engine. This hatchback has 16 exterior color options and plenty of available features. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and we'll make it easy. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or a retailer for details.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
If it happens on the diamond, the hardwood, the field, or even the ice, we'll talk about it on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Hi, this is Nick Peretti inviting you to join Larry Peretti and myself each weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. as we, along with our special guests, talk sports locally, regionally, and nationally. And you can chat with us too at 307-514-1071. It's Wyoming Sports Talk today, only on 1480 KRAE, and you can stream live with us at 1480krae.com.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion, qualities that are the foundation of Cheyenne Urological, serving Cheyenne for over 20 years, with Doctors Bryant, Everett, Gajewski, Suleski, and their staff providing treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. You can trust Cheyenne Urological to give you the finest in urinary care. So call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131. That's 635-4131.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with highs around 40. For tonight, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 27 and winds out of the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Saturday, it'll be sunny with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 34.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing! And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Well, the Wyoming Cowboys get it done in the Double-A last night before a very sparse announced crowd of 2,860. That was the announced crowd last night. Of course, if it wasn't for the extra frame, Cowboys would have been in the 50s again. It was 54-54 at the end of regulation, and then they outscored the Raging Cajuns 15-7. In the overtime session.
Again, they got the victory, so I mean,
it's not going to knock that.
Team that sits at 500 right now, and it's something that Coach Allen Edwards, again, as you heard, said
it's 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2. They missed out on that at least Cal State Fullerton contest, which again I think we would all agree, yes, you should have beaten that team, but. Again, another one where you struggle against University of Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. Not a basketball powerhouse, probably talent-wise. Team that you should take care of business and not push to overtime.
Especially in Laramie.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, traveling across at least the country. I mean, let's be honest. Again, final overtime there at the Dome of Doom. This team, again, we already know has problems and issues, but it just reinforces once again that this team has got a serious identity crisis. It's a team that right now has difficulty. It's defensive minded. But, kind of with the Cowboys, at least on the football side of things, you need an offense to complement that defense and take care of business.
Well, we're going to get a true acid test now for the Cowboys. Coming up on Sunday. You got nationally ranked Colorado out of the Pac-12.
Is that an acid test? No, they should get spanked around.
At the MGM main event in Vegas.
It's on a neutral site, but let's be honest. The Cowboys have no shot.
And then they'll either take on Clemson or TCU.
Okay, still tough opponents.
That's what I'm saying. The acid test, for those that are still kind of clinging to this Cowboy team and not throwing in the towel, let's see what they're made of. Again, neutral court, taking on a Pac-12 team, could be taking on either Clemson or TCU on Monday. So, and then you look at, on Tuesday, the 26th. Then you go into Mountain West Conference play. You got 2 games that, for some reason, the Mountain West is starting on December 4th, and they will have Air Force at the AA, and they'll have the University of New Mexico to follow on the 7th. And then they go back into non-conference.
2 games they should have difficulties with as well.
I know New Mexico they'll definitely have difficulties with.
Yeah.
Then they go back into non-conference where they'll have the University of Northern Colorado in Laramie.
They'll get tested there.
Utah Valley, probably not. Then they got the University of Denver. They'll have to go to Denver for that one.
Yeah, and they'll get tested there against the Pioneers.
Then they get Nebraska Wesleyan University. So really, in that little stretch there, 2-2, maybe 3-1 if they're lucky.
We'll see about that. I highly doubt it. Again, let's go back to Northern Colorado. They've taken care of business in the AA for 2 straight years now.
Mm-hmm.
They might as well make it a 3rd. The Bears don't sell them short as much as they play in the Big Sky Conference. Again, they've proven that they can beat this Cowboys team.
Yeah, they're
without
not
a doubt
a bad
on the
outfit.
road.
No,
they're not doing it down in Greeley. They're doing it in Laramie.
And then when you got to go down to Denver, take on the Pioneers, that's also a tough place to win as well.
Again, Denver, who I do believe still plays in the WAC conference, but again, still a good outfit and does at least take Wyoming to the limits, it seems like, in those battles in basketball. So we'll see what happens there. Again, this is it a litmus test of what you're seeing of this team? I think without a doubt. Again, the 3-3 record does indicate, you probably should have gotten done against.
The next 4 are going to be litmus tests. I'm serious. Colorado.
They're going to get embarrassed by Colorado. Let's be honest about that.
I don't know.
TCU or Clemson, I mean, pick your poison either way. It might be a similar result.
Are there going to be double-digit losses?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think absolutely.
Then you come back home for Mountain West against Air Force and New Mexico. There's a possibility you could split that homestand. Possibility. Didn't say you're going to.
Air Force, from what we saw last season, again, they took it to UNLV. Again, they are very competitive in the Mountain West. I'm not saying they're a perennial powerhouse of basketball, but again, it's a team that does compete.
They're improving.
And again, New Mexico, the Lobos, good luck. That's always a solid team.
Enjoy the 3-3 right now. It could be anywhere from 3-7 to 4-6. After it's all said and done here within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, again, it's going to be another long season for the Cowboys. We'll see what happens of what they can muster up through the non-conference.
Offensively, they're not impressive.
It's a boring team. And again, it's a defensive-minded team that has no offense to at least complement to that defense. Again, I give credit to the defense.
Yeah, I will too. I'll tip my cap.
It's mightily improved.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
So we're going to move on from the Cowboys to LCCC, a game that we had last night.
We go from, again, Cowboys, we're, again, upfront and honest, where we're going to be opinionated. Cowboys, a rough basketball team right now, and we go from rough basketball to even more terrible basketball, and I hate to say
it's horrid.
It's pretty awful what's going on right now with LCCC men's basketball. 1-6 after last night's contest. It was a tale of 2 different halves. A team that competed in the first half had a lead, their first lead in quite some time for this team, at least for LCCC.
You got home cooking last night, too.
Again, you didn't have to travel finally. Again, it's been a while since you've been at the rack. Otero had to make that long trip up from La Junta. Again, nationally ranked number 12, Otero, the Rattlers. Again, 8-0 at that point in time heading into that contest. So, again, it felt like odds were in their favor. Again, this is an LCCC team under head coach Jason Fickle that have been able to pull off the top 25 upsets there live in the rack. Again, a game we had here last year, an infamous at least 3-pointer made by Tyrese Botoma, where they upset the number 23 ranked, at least Western Nebraska team. They're live at the rack from last season. So it's been done before. And 3 of those sophomores were a part of that team last year that upset those top 25 at least teams, or was within it against the Caspers of the world or the Sheridans of the world that were nationally ranked part of last year's at least season.
And the sophomores last night, we sat here with Coach Ficka. We sat here and chatted with him on the coach's show. We also talked with him last night on our pregame show where he said, I need these sophomores to show up. They did.
They did.
Courtney Dean, I thought Courtney Dean was exceptional.
Oh yeah,
off the bench
he was a bright
night.
spot. He picked up the game, carried that team on his back without a doubt. Kyle, again, he figured out some things, but ran into foul difficulty, and also picked up that technical due to just kind of pure frustration there in the second half. Again, also made him exit that contest.
Yeah, well, again, too, last night, and again, the officials had nothing to do with the win or the loss, but they were very, very tight on their calls last night, just simply for the fact when you get that tight, that's when things get chippy.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, the hand checks. You saw that between, I do believe, Damon Perry and also a few, at least Otero players.
Marquise Johnson was one, I remember.
Again, they were kind of at least John at each other. But, again, when you add in also 2 fouls that were incidental, or at least, again, where you had, the one called where it was like, I don't know if that was, again, where we're talking about at least the more aggressive nature of like the foul call. Right. It was like, I don't know if that one's the correct call to be made out there.
These guys, they set the tone. They set the bar early last night. They were calling everything.
And again, also too, we had more proof that it begs at least the excuse or the argument regarding stationary refs in JUCO basketball, or at least collegiate basketball, or however it may be set. The infamous play of where trying to figure out who at least tipped that ball out of bounds, where we're trying to deliberate for about a couple minutes of trying to figure out was it Otero basketball or LCCC basketball, because 2 refs weren't in position to even see what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, like I said, they weren't the catalyst to last night's loss. Again, It was 40-33 at the intermission, and then the Golden Eagles got taken to the woodshed in the second half, where they were outscored 57-34. And we saw within about the first 3-4 minutes of the second half, we knew we were in trouble.
It got ugly, without a doubt. Where this team, it was a tale of 2 different halves, without a doubt. LCCC came out strong. They looked like a completely different bunch out there in the first half, giving it their all to Otero, and then in the second half just disappeared. Fell off the face of the earth, gave up essentially. And the issue with this team, there's multiple issues. Let's be honest. Again, it's not one singular thing.
Well,
it's rush shots.
It is consistent. Yeah.
It's high percentage shots that you should be making that are, again, layups, easy layups that you learn. As
a kid.
As a kid, you're missing on those layups.
Well, and again, let's go back and dissect a lot of this. First off, when you have your 2 guards on the floor and they go a combined 5 for 30,
who have been the studs for LCCC.
They had an off night last night. Guess what? You're not going to win. Basically, when you're going 5 for 30, 16-17% from the field, not going to get it done. Going back to the layups,
again, that's the key thing of inconsistency right now with this team.
Yeah, and again, where you needed help, like from your sophomores, which you got last night, then the freshmen didn't come through.
Yeah.
Okay? They were on a milk carton.
So you at least it proves, if anything, to that entire team right now under head coach Jason Ficka that it's a full team effort. You can't rely on a Perry or a Eric Oliver. You can't rely on a Courtney Dean to carry this team. You can't rely on Zoko, a Kyle Cabs, Caleb Davis, whoever it may be. Again, it's a full team effort. You need to, what we saw on the stat line as Otero, hey, they spread the ball around. There was, 5-6 players all in double digits?
Yeah, and 3 of them were off the bench.
Yeah.
See, and here's the deal, too, and you made a good point about layups. And, again, with the bigs. And again, too, we'll throw the sophomore in there that plays inside, Kyle. I was watching, and you and myself were watching, and basically while they were drilling, warming up.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes you get disgusted with the NBA because that's all it is. It's a slam dunk fest. Well, that's all the bigs were doing. They weren't doing any layups. They were slam dunking everything.
Yeah.
During this one little particular drill that they were doing.
Well, it's something that I said in post-game comments, and again, I'll reiterate until this team kind of at least changes the culture there at LCCC. Get rid of the flash. Work on your fundamentals at this point in time.
Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head. And again, to see what we saw last night, how many again blown shots from anywhere from 3, 2 to 1 feet, point blank. And again, these are things that should be kissed off the glass.
Is it something that these players are just rushing these shots because they're afraid to get hit or at least get in that contact with others? Again, I'm trying to figure this out because, again, we're talking 2-3-footer shots that should easily fall through no matter what. Again, even if you are, again, we saw so many times multiple entities out there on that floor tossing up, just kind of putting up the prayer, so to speak, at least ball to hopefully find some luck and it would to at least fall through for LCCC. Again, it was just consistent throughout that. It's been consistent for the past 2 games we've seen of this team.
And there's bad habits that they brought with them from the high school ranks that, again, it's no longer high school, guys. It's collegiate basketball. And if you want to continue to play like you did last night, the whippings are going to continue.
Yeah, get ready.
When you get in conference.
Yeah, get ready for Region 9 North action when, again, you're going to see Gillette that's undefeated right now.
Sophomores.
Western Wyoming has 1 loss. Also, too, again, Casper has 1 loss. You got a lot of improvement throughout your own division in Region 9. Again, we'll even include Eastern Wyoming. That's sophomore laden. Again, Northwest is even improved out of Powell. Central Wyoming, which, again, took care of business quite handily last season against LCCC. Again, they have some studs out there. Right now, in Region 9, encompassing of North and South, LCCC is the worst team right now in that entire conference.
Record-wise, yeah. And again, your schedule is always tough at LCCC. These young men need to understand that, hey, there is no easy night on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Okay? And, again, you play an undefeated Northeastern team Tuesday night. You turn around, you play a nationally ranked undefeated team in Otero. You just can't show up and win. It doesn't work that way in college basketball.
You're going to take on a Trinidad State team that's pretty impressive as well, too, out there in Region 9 South. So, again, it doesn't get any easier, and it's something that this team needs to change a culture. Something needs to change fast. It's hopefully that this is a work in progress, but hopefully it gets figured out sometime very soon, not later on when we are getting into Region 9 North action.
Well, and again, it's November, so we don't push the panic button too much.
No.
But what we saw last night was, to me, the second half was a playground basketball team on the floor that basically forgot what they were out there to do.
Yeah.
Defensively, offensively. And again, I'm just appalled. I am appalled by the missed layups by the bigs. And again, it's not like they're small. They're 6'6", they're 6'7".
Yeah.
They're strong. We already know the one kid from Toronto, Chidua, is a pretty strong cat. And, these guys should be kind of in there muscling their way and just force that ball back up.
Yeah.
You're still putting the ball down on the floor instead of just taking it to the hole.
Yeah, again,
these are bad habits you got to kick.
And it's still bad habits, and we'll even, unfortunately, have to spotlight Mateo Zoko, which, again, he still kind of plays that European ball, again, coming from Bosnia, where, again, we saw how many travel calls against him were, again, taking that one extra step. Guess what? Especially with the refs that we saw last night, they're going to call that every single time. They're not going to give you any leeway. You take that extra step. Guess what? It's a travel, it's a turnover, and going to that.
You also have to do this too, Nick. Again, in basketball, especially at this level, you got to knock down the threes.
Yeah,
you just can't have a handful of threes and expect to win.
And also, too, at least with LCCC having difficulty from behind the arc, you can't allow teams that are good from behind the arc any spacing. How many times have we see at least on the outside wings?
Uncontested.
Yeah. No one even in the near mile to players out there for the Rattlers where, again, they were getting easy threes, open looks, and just taking care of business. They even got open looks on just inside drives when folks were kind of missing those assignments and looking at each other. I think right now the big thing with this LCCC team where, again, you're trying to gel those sophomores and those freshmen where, again, it's also to those freshmen trying to get adjusted to those new teammates. Again, no longer 4 years with 3 years at your high school with familiar, at least, teammates, is a lack of communication right now. I feel like there's
on the floor.
Absolutely. There's a big lack of communication.
And here's the deal, too. You look at this team, and we've had 2 looks at them right now. And I look back to that second half at Northeastern, and you look to a good majority of the first half against Otero. That's the basketball team you want to see. And until these young men get that drill in their head, and really, I would think everybody on that team should sit down, watch the second half of Northeastern, watch the first half of Otero, and then you guys may put it together.
Yeah.
Because that's where the team part came in. When you go into the individual mode, it's not going to happen.
Basically, what you do is you take from that second half, you take the offense more so of the shooting, and also, too, again, it was more so field goals and 3 points of what you had in Northeastern. You gel it with more so in the first half of that Otero contest, the defense against the Rattlers, and also, too, how about the free throw shooting, which, again, that improved in at least against
But you
Otero.
didn't get to the line at all last night. I mean, you were there, 14 times, if I'm not mistaken? And again, you were at the line 38 times at Northeastern. So, you know, this team, and again, the key word is they got to be a team. There is no superstar. There are good basketball players.
Yeah.
But you guys got to play together. You got to play with.
You're not the Golden State Warriors of old. You are not those NBA
system.
You're not those NBA West or East All Stars. Again, you are a team, and you realize that again, not one individual can carry this team. That you need everyone working.
Yeah, there's right. I don't think there's anybody on that floor of the starters or those that come off the bench that can put that team on their shoulders. Can't do it.
No.
And again, too, we said this in the pregame show because the point was made here in our coaches show. You know, when you lose, and again, LCCC has been a good breeding ground to send players off to D1.
Yeah.
Bigger and better things. But unfortunately, we're not keeping them as sophomores. They're bolting after their freshman year because they've been given offers they can't refuse. I don't blame them.
Which, again, to me is not really that valid of an excuse. But, again, you do see the night and day difference between a sophomore-laden team of Otero or Northeastern compared
to 4 sophomores last night. We started 2.
Yeah, well, actually, we started 3, I do believe so.
No, Courtney didn't start.
No, that's
last
correct.
He came off the bench.
It was Kyle and Mateo. But either way, though, again, you do see that night and day difference between those teams. But, again, in JUCOs where that happens, you have players move on to that next level. You assume that they're going to be there for the 2 years, but it happens that, yes, they may move on, they may get scouted and have those opportunities to go like David did to Wofford, like Tyrese to Cleveland State, like Zaire Mateen that goes to Northern Illinois. Again, it happens. Mm-hmm. It's something that is part of the game, part of the culture in JUCO. It's something that you got to adapt and overcome. Without a doubt.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys, that want to go and further their career, good. I still think, and I've had this discussion.
It's kind of like, or at least if I'll spotlight one team, look at Casper. Casper lost so many players last year. They still reloaded, though. Mm-hmm. They lost their head coach, too. Yet they're still sitting right now 6-1.
Yeah,
they're doing pretty fine right now with the new faces that they got.
The Pronghorns were all freshmen last year.
Yeah.
And they weren't that bad. But nobody bolted hardly off that team. They're all sophomores this year.
And they're undefeated right now.
And they're going to be tough customers.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're not the only school that, has a kid, has a higher calling after LCCC. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, and I know in the case of Coach Ficca, you look at, Tyrese was penciled in prior to signing with Cleveland State. It was back and forth with Applegren. I still think he needed another year at LCCC. There's nothing wrong with being at a JUCO for 2 years.
Yeah.
And again, correct me if I'm wrong on the education part. I know from my major didn't really kick in effect until my junior and senior years. You're basically covering core courses for your freshman and sophomore years. So, again, going off to bigger and better things, I never fault anybody on that. Again, your education's taken care of. Great, terrific. But, I just don't think that these moves sometimes are not good for the young men themselves.
Yeah, and so far, again, that's to be determined throughout, at least, former athletes at LCCC or any other JUCO across the nation. But, right now as we stand, 2019-2020 of the Golden Eagles under head coach Jason Ficca, we got a big issue with this team. There's a serious change of culture.
And they're going to have to snap out of this funk soon.
There's a serious change of culture needed there at LCCC with this team.
They need a leader. There's nobody on that floor that's a leader right now.
Yeah.
And this team has been leaderless for the last 2 seasons, not just this year. And somebody needs to be on that floor taking charge.
The simple thing, it's something that I go back a few minutes ago, what I just said. You need someone that's going to communicate.
Yeah.
Speak up. Take that charge. Take that leadership role.
You don't have to.
And it doesn't even have to be the sophomores. I'm not even going to put that on Kyle.
No. But I'm just saying. But you don't have to have game. What you need to do is have that leadership and then back it up.
Yeah.
But again,
who do I look for is more so probably your court general right now, that being Damon Perry. Or either you look towards the other freshman, the local product here out of Cheyenne, Eric Oliver. Again, where last night, yeah, they had the down-and-out nights, but other than that, though, they've been pretty consistent for LCCC. Those two, I could see as being your rally-around troop guys, again, those leadership, at least, roles between those two.
Right.
Without a doubt.
I agree. You're not even going to get an argument out of me. We do need to take a timeout, and we'll come back with more right here on 1480 KRAE. The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Delrange, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student-athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and LCCC. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444. What is Schwab's modern approach to investing? It's great service. It's transparency about how much you're paying in fees and commissions. It's offering some of the lowest costs in the industry backed by a satisfaction guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason, they'll refund the eligible fees and work with you to make things right. So ask yourself, are you getting low cost and award-winning service? If not, maybe it's time to call Schwab. Visit Sam at the Cheyenne Independent Branch or schwab.com/Cheyenne for more information. Charles Schwab and Company, Incorporated. Member SIPC.
The holidays are a wonderful time of year. Spending precious moments with friends and family. Are you struggling to hear meaningful conversations or know loved ones that are? Give yourself or loved ones the gift of hearing. We even gift wrap. This is Dr. Ruby Zubrod with Brandt Audiology and Tinnitus, reminding you to hear better, live better. Call us at 426-4327 or visit us at brandtaudiology.com.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Hi, I'm Tristan Johnson, mortgage lender at Platte Valley Bank. A home is more than where you live. It's where you make a life. At Platte Valley Bank, we have tailored home loan products paired with great rates and friendly people so you can focus on making memories, not paperwork. I will work with you every step of the way to find the mortgage product that is right for you. Stop by Platte Valley Bank at 3310 North College Drive in Cheyenne or visit www.pvbank.com to get started today.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with highs around 40. For tonight, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 27 and winds out of the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Saturday, it'll be sunny with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 34.
Got something to say? Then get it off your chest right now. Phone lines are open at 307-514-1071. Make your opinion count and call the show. Wyoming Sports Talk today.
Okay, guys, my voice is a little bit raspy. Been battling a cold this time of year. That's what goes on with coaches, but really excited about playing Colorado State. Big ball game, battle for the bronze boot, and means a lot to our players, our university, and a lot of people in our state. It's a great rivalry, so we're really excited about that. A couple comments concerning last week's game. I thought our guys played hard, but we certainly can execute and play smarter. Now that comes down to some coaching with us, making sure that they understand what they're doing. But a couple things that were uncharacteristic. Defensively, we gave up way too many explosive plays. Some of that was some busted coverages and some long plays, and we had not done that. I thought we played really well in the red zone, which we continue to do, but too many long plays there defensively. Offensively, we missed out on some opportunities early in the ball game, which I think could have had an impact in the game. We went down, got 4th and 1 play, and did not convert or score a touchdown, and then we had the ball deep in their red zone again, and we came up with a turnover, or we turned the ball over. And so I thought that had an impact. And then what was uncharacteristic, we'd been really good as far as protecting the football, and we had 4. And so we were able to score on defense. I thought a kicking game might have been a little bit in our favor. Utah State's a good team. That's a game that has conference implications. We did not get that done. So, our opportunity to win the conference, I don't even know if it's mathematically important, but we've had this mantra of going 1-0. And so now we're on to Colorado State. And, I want to credit Coach Bohl and their staff. I think we've watched, I watched Colorado State from afar simply because not only a conference opponent, but they're our main rival. And watched them as the season progressed. I think they've gone through a lot of adversity. I know they lost their quarterback, and O'Brien's playing well. They've got some big players back there. Jackson, I think, is maybe the most dynamic receiver in the conference. A big, strong guy, and then McElroy's a guy that we've known about in Denver, running the ball well. They've improved on defense, and they've got a great punter with Stonehouse. So the makings of a great game are there. We're on a short week. Our players came back. We did some work yesterday on Sunday. Typically, we give Sunday off, but we were working yesterday, and we'll just accelerate our practice schedule as we go. A couple injuries, updates as we go. I know that's always important. For us, Jackson Marcotte, we don't have the final MRI, but his knee's pretty loose. I'm being real transparent. It's pretty loose, and we'll wait. They're trying to get him in, and we'll see what the final analysis is. But he's so far. It's not like we need to get a decision right now because he's not functional. And Teagan, the defensive end, I think he's got some knee issues as well. I don't know if it's an ACL or an MCL, but something there. But those two guys will not be in position to play. A couple changes on the depth chart. We're excited about having Alonzo Velasquez back, and then Zach Watts will be back, and Latrell Bible. A lot of those guys played some in the game and did some good things. So we're starting to fortify our offensive line. This time of year, you're never going to be 100% healthy. I know Colorado State is not either, but the team that's got, the best focus and resolve and come up with a good game plan and execute is usually going to win. Two evenly matched teams, and we're certainly excited about that. So at this time, questions that are out there, and I promise I'm going to be nice.
You mentioned characteristic turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler didn't have his best game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance that we see Levi fail?
Well, we're looking at all our options, and that's some things that we do. It's a legitimate question, and I'm going to not give you a straight answer. Okay? Yes, Davis.
When you have this much, passion and emotion in this game for both sides, how do you balance with your players playing with that, but
Mm-hmm.
going over that, post-play penalties, stuff like that?
Right. You've been involved with these type of games in the past, and our guys are excited about it, particularly the Colorado guys and the Wyoming guys. And so what we really focus on is playing with that passion, but they've got to execute and do your assignments, and that's going to come about how we build things in practice. Other questions? Yes.
Maybe the last home game for
Mm-hmm.
the seniors. A lot of these guys committed. I think when you guys were 2-10,
Yep.
they called on Lane and seen 4 straight years of
Mhm.
eligibility. What does the senior class mean to you, and what do you think they mean to this program?
Well, they've laid a great foundation, and a couple classes before them did some special things. But this group, they came here when nobody would give us a plug nickel. We're in a stretch where I don't even know if we'd won a game, and these guys believed in where we're going, and they've really been special. And they play together, and it's always special for me as a head coach when they get introduced one at a time. It's the only time we introduce them one at a time. It's kind of a special day. Not kind of, it is. It'll be a special night. However, going back to Davis's point, once all that goes, all that emotion, you got to get out there and play. And I always say it doesn't do any good to be intense if you don't know what you're intense about. Yes, Tracy. Well, and that's a big challenge. We'll look at doing some things to double on him. We'll certainly be out there in single coverage sometimes, but he's 6'6" and goes up and gets the football. He's a great target, and we've got to make sure that we're in good position. Tracy, we got called for a couple pass interferences last week, and some of that, we got to be in better position. The calls are what they are, but he's a big time receiver, and we've got to be able to neutralize him. Yes. Mm-hmm. I would say that would be doubtful right now. He was running yesterday, but it wasn't like the reports I've got saying, okay, he's set, ready to go. Maybe unlike an offensive lineman that are going to go on a short explosion for about 3 or 4 yards. I mean, he's a running back, and so I don't think he's there, but, I don't want to mislead you, and then all of a sudden he runs out there and plays in the game. So could be playable. Yes.
The defense played really well, except for that second quarter. It
Mm-hmm.
seemed like there was just a lot of explosive plays. Was there anything that you guys did differently, or was it blown assignments?
No, it was blown assignments. I thought we came out and there were about 3 plays that I looked at when we were going through the tape saying, what in the world? That's mistakes that were back in that 2-10 year. And we have not done that. And so our players are self-starters. They have a great deal of pride, and we want to get that corrected. And we'll need to get that corrected. We've got good players over there, but it's not like you've got 5 first-round draft choices. And we've got to make sure we execute and tackle well and keep the ball in front of us. Yes, Davis.
With the turnovers, I know you and Brett emphasize it highly, survive to play another down and all that stuff. Can you coach that up at this point still, or does he just have to go up there and do it?
He's got to do it. I mean, everything that he did, it's not like you go in there and say, okay, Tyler, is it okay to run sideways and throw the ball across the field a la Brett Favre? No, or run around and not have ball security. And it bit us in the butt. And I was very frustrated about it. I think you guys probably felt that and undue. But we got to clean it up. That's not us. We are not a big strike team like, Mike Leach's team. We grind things out, and when we turn the ball over, it hurts. And so Tyler's aware of it, and we're going to need to take care of the ball against the Colorado State. Anything else? Yes.
What were your thoughts on this rivalry when you came here from North Dakota and kind of
Mm-hmm.
fit the billing? Has it lived up to the billing?
Yes, it has. One of the things that's great about college football is the long rivalries that are there. And unfortunately, with the landscape of college football, some of those have no longer existed. For me, as a player and a coach, the Nebraska-Oklahoma game was a great rivalry. And that's no longer there. And you can go on the line. This one's intact, and it means a lot. It became very apparent to me when I first arrived that this game here, you better circle it. It means a lot to the people in our state. It means a lot to our university, and not only the people in the state, but our alums all over. And we're excited that it's going to be on national TV again. I think we've done a good job with that. And so these are the games that you live for. Yes, Davis.
You mentioned the senior class, but for this specific class to possibly go 4-0 against Colorado State, what would that mean to you if they do that?
Well, that goes against, and I'm not being a smart aleck here. We're trying to get to 1-0, but we're just racking them off. I can tell you though, I believe our program has made steady improvements. When we first got here, I looked at that and went, "How in the world are we ever going to compete?" And I think we've gotten better, and it'll be a big opportunity for us Friday night. Well, Mike does a really good job. He's an old quarterback and was the offensive coordinator at Georgia. And they spread the ball around. They have elements of the power game. McElroy's a good running back, and they've got a good offensive line. They utilize 2 tight ends a lot, shifts and motions. They have screens. They throw the ball vertical. They throw it in the mini zone. It spreads the defense around, and that causes problems for you. It's going to be important that we do a good job in the running game. We limit those big plays, and then we need to put pressure on the quarterback. And we've been good at that, but we'll need to put pressure on O'Brien. You know what? I think they're improving. They move a lot of their guys. They operate in different fronts. They've improved on their tackling. Their defensive backs have done a good job, and so that's going to. Last year, I thought they really struggled defensively, and that was an advantage for us. I think they're an improved defense. We're going to need to execute well. Yes, Davis.
Has Alfonso made enough progress where you feel comfortable possibly playing him?
Yes. He's been getting reps, and he's been doing better. He could see the field this week. Okay, anything else? No other questions? Thank you very much.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk Today being brought to you by Mondello's Pizzeria at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in Rio Commons, open 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, Sundays noon until 8. First Tier Bank right across the street, open Monday through Friday. You can catch them at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Lennox Auto Body over on Dunn Avenue, the Auto Glass and Detail Center over on Pershing Boulevard. Remember, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean. Both part of Lennox Enterprises, as they have been around for over a quarter century. B&B Appliance and TV at 714 Central Avenue, where they service what they sell. Medicap Pharmacy, open Monday through Saturday. Same location as always, Bluegrass Circle next door to Texas Roadhouse. Chick-fil-A, Windmill, and Delrange across from Powers Field and Menards, serving up 3 delicious squares Monday through Saturday. Platte Valley Bank, the original location of Vanda High, the east side location at the corner of College and Pershing. Kia of Cheyenne on Nation Way. Hey, the sun is coming back out, and maybe tomorrow will be the day you go out and take a test drive in one of the 2020s or of one of the remaining 2019s on the lot. See my good buddy AJ and the crew over at Kia of Cheyenne on Nation Way. And last but not least, we want to thank Taco John's of Cheyenne. Again, if you're heading over to Laramie, this might be the perfect stop for you to load up on some delicious eats and treats from Taco John's of Cheyenne. And we get things underway at scoreboard time, being brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Here's Nick.
LCCC Athletics to recap, especially from last night, 1480 KRAE broadcast between LCCC men's basketball and Otero Junior College. Again, nationally ranked number 12. Otero Rattlers were for LCCC. They lost that contest mightily, 67-97. So with that loss, LCCC falls to 1-6 overall. They will have a game coming up in Trinidad. Take it on Trinidad State Junior College this Tuesday. 4 o'clock is the tip-off there. Do want to remind folks, at least coming up on Tuesday as well, the 26th, here on 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com is where you can hear the contest. Video live streaming on Periscope via Twitter and the 1480 KRAE YouTube channel. We will have women's action as it will be LCCC women's basketball. They will travel down to La Junta, Colorado to see Otero Junior College Lady Rattlers. That is a 5 o'clock at least tip-off time there in La Junta. At least 4:40-ish is the at least pregame show here on 1480 KRAE. So again, that's coming up this Tuesday. LCCC men's soccer, they're about to at least get underway in Tyler, Texas, taking on Eastern Florida State College. Again, as they compete in the D1 men's soccer championship semifinals. Again, as for the first time in program history, they are part of the Final Four, a chance to move on and compete for the national championship. Again, all they got to do is get past Eastern Florida State College coming up here in about a half an hour. NHL action for tonight, 2 games on the slate. Pittsburgh Penguins at home. They will host the New Jersey Devils. And last but not least, the Ottawa Senators at home. They will take on the New York Rangers. That's what's happening NHL action for tonight.
On the NBA scoreboard, it will be the Pistons entertaining the Hawks. Wizards tonight in the Cap One Arena, taking on the Charlotte Hornets. The Sacramento Kings in Brooklyn to take on the Nets at the Barclays Center. In the United Center in Chicago, the Bulls and the Heat for tonight. Lakers Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena in OKC. Spurs 76ers in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, PA. Cavaliers and the Mavericks doing battle in the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Warriors and the Jazz tonight in Salt Lake City. Celtics Nuggets in the Canada Pepsi Center. Denver 10-3 on the season. Celtics 11-3. And the late night contest will have the Clippers hosting the Houston Rockets. That will be at Staples. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. I want to remind you, coming up, we will have our picks. We're going to end our program a little bit early. We're going to be doing some maintenance in here in the studio. So, and of course, I guess we'll be heading over the hill to catch tonight's game as well. CSU and the Cowboys. Hopefully you will as well. Be very careful on your drive over. When we come back, we will pick them right here on 1480 KRAE.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Kate.
And we're not just literal taste buds. We're best buds.
And there's nothing that we love more than a
cool,
crisp,
deliciously refreshing Pepsi.
Sure, we live inside your mouth.
But that doesn't mean we don't enjoy the finer things.
Hey, Nate. Pepsi incoming!
Here it comes!
Tastes so good.
Tell me about it.
So,
amazing.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like we share the same mouth, Kate.
Forever and ever, Nate.
Make your taste buds happy and pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi.
Your locally owned and operated radio stations, KYOI-FM and 1480 KRAE AM, are just that, local. Serving Cheyenne and Laramie County, where your advertising dollar stays local too. It doesn't end up in Colorado, Oklahoma, New Hampshire, or even New York. We conduct business here, we shop here, and we live here. And we support our entire community 24/7, 365. Just because it has a window dressing doesn't mean it isn't a facade. A reminder from KYOI and 1480 KRAE. The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Delrange, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and LCCC. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned, full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Shopping for the golfer on your Christmas list is really easy when you stop into the Airport Golf Shop or the Prairie View Golf Shop. Right now, enjoy savings up to 50% off on selected items throughout, and remember, gift certificates are always available. Or talk with Mike and his staff about golf repair or re-gripping the clubs for next season's play. From golf balls, apparel to golf clubs and more, do your holiday shopping for the golfer today at the Airport Golf Shop at 4801 Central Avenue or the Prairie View Golf Shop at 3601 Windmill Road in Cheyenne.
Family-owned and operated Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, has been serving our community for over 25 years with quality service and workmanship. So when you want it done right the first time, call Lennox Auto Body at 634-6608 for an appointment. Lennox Auto Body at 1020 Dunn Avenue. And the Auto Glass and Detail Center, remember, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean at 617 East Pershing Boulevard.
Lennox Auto Body. No shortcuts, no compromise.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with highs around 40. For tonight, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 27 and winds out of the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Saturday, it'll be sunny with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 34.
Here, the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We are back on Wyoming Sports Talk today, hour number 2. And again, a reminder, as Nick mentioned, as we are going through our scoreboard, that we will be back broadcasting-wise Tuesday. So no show Tuesday afternoon. We will be live from La Junta, Colorado, as we will have Lady Golden Eagles action as they will take on the Otero Lady Rattlers.
Get ready for our great seats that we'll have again over there in that gym at Otero.
Whatever. It's better than what was at Trinidad State.
Yeah, well, yeah. At least we can see.
We're not above. We're not literally above the cord.
Anyway, we'll have the pregame about 4:40, tap time 5 p.m. All right.
Anyways,
so
yes.
let's get into some football.
Well, at least get back into our weekly picks, which again we've had
brutal.
We've had about 2 bye weeks, but I've taken the lead after week 9, which was 2 weeks ago. Again, I was out last week due to the bronchitis that I got from you. So
don't go there.
Either way, though, again, to give a friendly recap or at least talk about our weekly picks, how it goes is 5 games of my choosing, whether it is NCAA football, NFL, we even do NBA, NHL. It's just games that I find intriguing that we talk about. We pick against the point spread. And again, standings are online at 1480KRAE.com. You go to the Wyoming Sports Talk Today page. You click on the sidebar that says weekly picks and standings, and that's where you'll find, at least if you want to follow along, play along with us, that's where you find all that information. It is Week 10 picks. We'll start with game number 1, which will be tonight's contest happening over there in Laramie, Wyoming, between the CSU Rams, where they are 4-6 overall, 3-3 in Mountain West play, at the Wyoming Cowboys, who are 6-4 overall, 3-3 as well in Mountain West play, happening at War Memorial Stadium in Laramie, Wyoming. 7:30 is the kickoff tonight, and you can watch it on ESPN2 if you are unable to make it over to Laramie. Wyoming, the Cowboys at home, they are 6.5-point favorites. Try to get little facts into this series, but for both teams, for whatever reason, the at least their little note cards did not load for whatever reason. They forgot to put them up online. So either way, though, for the Cowboys, they're looking for 4 straight, at least in a row against the CSU Rams. Again, battle for the bronze boot coming up tonight. You can start on this one. Wyoming 6.5 favorites at home in the border war.
Well, you'd hate to go against Wyoming at the war. Again, you look at some of the stats, and obviously O'Brien has been throwing well as of late for the Rams. They've won, 3 out of their last 4. So right now they have a little more momentum heading into tonight's game than the Cowboys. 6.5 points. It's actually been downgraded now to 5.5. Well, I have a hard time picking against the Cowboys tonight, so I will go with the Cowboys. I think it will be a close game. I really believe it will be close, and the reason why I believe it's going to be close because Brent Vegan is going to be calling the offensive plays, and he still doesn't realize he's in Division I football. So I will go with the Cowboys, and they'll barely cover the spread.
Barely cover the spread. All right. So Brent Vegan, at least he was in Division One, but it was FCS, at least out in North Dakota State. So at least moving up to FBS. But again, CSU, Wyoming Cowboys, again, a lot on the line here, especially for the Cowboys to add just one more to at least get that much more bowl eligible, or at least get the Bowls looking at the Wyoming Cowboys, because again, we saw what happened last year when they finished 6-6. This one, though, in my opinion, does have a trap game feeling for the Cowboys, where they might overlook this. Again, 3 in a row. CSU is red hot right now. Again, they're playing for proverbially their lives as well, too. They have a chance to get bowl eligible at 6-6. I don't think they will, but it does have that trap game feeling. Now, even though I am wearing the Wyoming football jersey, my heart says one thing, my brain says another. It'd look pretty stupid if I picked the one team while wearing this. So, again, I'm going to go with the Wyoming Cowboys. Sure, they'll get that 6.5 and take care of business against the CSU Rams, especially as this game is happening at the War.
And I will say this. If the Cowboys do lose this game tonight,
ooh, boy,
that will drop them to 6-5.
It might be cold in Laramie, but that seat for Craig Bohl might get a little bit hard.
But I'm saying if they do lose tonight, and again, I don't think they will, but if they do lose, I think they're going to lose next week at Air Force. I've already got that penned in as an L.
Yeah.
I think the bowl opportunity is going to go bye-bye. You just can't lose 4 straight games.
You can't go
and
6-6,
expect to get a bowl invite.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. This means a lot for the Wyoming Cowboys. Again, it's more so just to garner that bowl opportunity. Again, they're out of it for the Mountain West Championship game. They lost that with the 2 games against, at least losing against Boise and Utah State. So they're out of it for the Mountain Division title. So this just means more of getting that bowl opportunity, at least for the postseason. So again, we'll both agree with Wyoming getting it done against CSU coming up tonight. Moving on to game number 2. This is Saturday's action, more NCAA football. It will start with game number 2 of number 8, Penn State, the Nittany Lions, who are 9-1 overall. They are 6-1 in Big Ten play. They will be at number 2, Ohio State, the Buckeyes, who are 10-0. They are 7-0 in Big Ten play. This happening at Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. 10 a.m. kickoff on Fox is how you can watch this game. Ohio State at home. Again, in a top 10 battle, they're 18.5-point favorite in this game. Now, with this game, the last 3 games between Ohio State and Penn State have been decided by a total of 5 points. Ohio State will be playing at a college game day site for the 46th time, second most of any program in the country. The Buckeyes are 32-13 all-time in game day games. The Buckeyes lead this series 19-14 and are 11-7 in games played in Columbus. So again, they have, at least in the last 3 games played between these two, have been decided by a total of 5 points. But however, in this game at home, Ohio State's an 18.5-point favorite. Go figure. I guess it's my turn to at least pick on this one.
Yes.
That is way too high. 18.5 points. Again, I still don't believe in this Ohio State team. I think they'll trip up 1 point in time, and I think that might be this Saturday's contest against Penn State. I think I'm going to go with Penn State to get that upset on the road in Columbus and take care of business. I think without a doubt, I have confidence in the Penn State Nittany Lions. I think they can get it done. And again, 18.5 just for the Buckeyes. That's just way too high in this contest. I'm going Penn State in this game.
I'm going to agree with you on Penn State. And the reason why, I mean, Ohio State's averaging about 52 points a game. Penn State comes in at 37. Well, if you do the math, that's 15 points. Ohio State should win. Penn State's going to cover the spread. Penn State is, they're going to lose. They're going to lose in the horseshoe.
Again, that much disrespect to the Nittany Lions. To say
I understand that, but they're going to get beat, and it's going to probably be by double figures.
I can see that too.
It won't be the 18.5.
I find some way that Penn State pulls out the victory in this contest.
No.
Either way, though, we both agree with Penn State. You just say more so they'll cover that points, and I say that they'll get that upset on the road. So we'll both agree on that one. Moving on to game number 3, still on Saturday. How about Mountain West action? This is to determine the West Division title between these two. It is the San Diego State Aztecs, who are 8-2 overall. They are 5-2 in Mountain West play. At Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors, who are 7-4, 4-3 in Mountain West play. This is happening at Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, Hawaii. 9 p.m. kickoff. No national television for this contest. Hawaii at home, they are a 3-point favorite. Saturday's matchup is for the West Division title and would put the winner in the Mountain West Championship game. San Diego State, who is 8-2 and 5-2 in Mountain West play, leads the overall series 21-10-2, including a 11-6-2 advantage in games played in Honolulu. So again, San Diego State leads the series and also too is dominant on the road in this series. San Diego State is allowing only 13.7 points per game this season, which ranks number 8 nationally. Only 2 of San Diego State's opponents scored 20-plus points or more. Comparatively, Hawaii is number 21 nationally in scoring offense at 35.8 points per game and have scored at least 20 points in every game this season. So basically what that's saying is something's got to give, whether it is that San Diego State defense or that Hawaii offense. So Hawaii at home, for the Mountain, at least for the West Division title, a chance to go on to the Mountain West Championship game. Again, Hawaii at home is a 3-point favorite. You're up.
I'm going to go San Diego State on this one. I think, and again, they've sold me on their defense this year. They've got a good defense. Hawaii can score, but everybody else can score against Hawaii.
Yeah.
So all San Diego State needs to do is make a couple, 3 defensive stops, put a couple field goals through the uprights. This one, the over-under is like 49 points in this game, so, you're looking at really for a game on the island is going to be low scoring. And for San Diego, it's not all that bad going across the Pacific, to Honolulu.
Not that bad.
Yeah, the flight is not going to be killer to them. Yeah, I'm going to go with San Diego State. I'm going to buck the odds here. I don't think Hawaii is going to win at Aloha State.
And this one's tough to determine between these two. Again, will it be that defense that collapses or Hawaii's offense that kind of slows down in this contest? Again, reading into that, where again San Diego State has been dominant in this series, including even at Hawaii. I got to agree with you as well, too. I think San Diego State, takes care of business. I think that defense slows it down, and San Diego State's going to be your West Division, at least champions, here in 2019.
Again.
Yeah. Oh, well. Moving on to game number 4 for our Week 10 picks. We will go to Sunday's action. How about this one? Again, NFL action. How about the Denver Broncos, who are 3-7 overall? They will be at the Buffalo Bills, 7-3. This is happening at New Era Field in Buffalo, New York, 11 a.m. on CBS. Buffalo in this contest, taking on the Broncos at home. They are a 4-point favorite in this game. Easy to be said. Broncos, not impressive. This is where I anticipated this team to be at. Buffalo is a team that has a lot of drive, a lot of momentum, a team that should make it to the wild card without a doubt. I believe in Josh Allen. He's got this team in the right direction. Yeah, easily. At least Buffalo gets it done. And I think they might take care of business pretty handily against the Broncos.
Well, the Broncos are 1-4 away from Mile High, so and we've already looked
at Power Field, whatever.
In Power Field, we already looked ahead towards this game, and we already both penciled this in that the Bills should win. The Bills have a lot more to play for than the Denver Broncos do.
Yeah.
So again, you look at 3.5 points, so.
And so at least where you get in your picks, I got something to talk about too.
Well, I was just going to say,
no,
even with the change at quarterback for the Broncos, not sold. The offense is still weak. Again, defense is coming around. I will give them that. But Josh Allen's been tested, and so far in his sophomore season, he's passed the litmus test for me. Bills at New Era Field, I think a touchdown or better, they win this one over the Broncos.
All right, so we'll both agree on that one. How about in the AFC West, something I talked to you about 2 weeks ago? How about it in the AFC West? Who's your division leader right now? That being the one Oakland Raiders. I told you, watch out for that team, that they had a good shot of taking over that division or at least getting into the playoffs. So, again, that's an interesting one right now happening in the AFC worst at this point in time. Again, that division is pretty pathetic. And then our final game in our Week 10 picks, how about this one in at least Sunday night action? At least it's been announced as Sunday night football. But again, game number 5 of our Week 10 picks will include the Green Bay Packers, who are 8-2. They will be at the San Francisco 49ers, who are 9-1 overall. This game happening at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. 6:20 kickoff on NBC on Sunday. San Francisco, the 49ers at home. They are a 3-point favorite in this game.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Kittle's going to be back
for
this contest. So, again, another bullet for the gun for Garoppolo. I'm still, again, not sold on Jimmy G as being that premier quarterback because he still makes rookie mistakes. But the defense, you can't fault this defense. It's very good. When they're not put in predicaments that Jimmy G has put them in, they rise. Yeah. So for the Packers, being away from Lambeau Field is going to be a night and day difference for them. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners on this one. I like this team makeup, and Jimmy G, if you could just start whittling down those mistakes. Yeah. And again, I throw them all on him. I throw those mistakes on him. So I've got the Niners in this.
Is there any question of what team I'm going with? Again, we got the helmets. I wore the 49er gloves today and whatnot. Again, I'm going San Francisco all the way.
So we agree on all.
Yeah. Well, again, I guess that's what happened. So I at least retain the lead in Week 10. At least I think I'm 3 games above on you. So either way, though, again, to recap: CSU versus Wyoming. We both go with the Cowboys to cover that at least 6.5 point spread. We both go Penn State. You say that Penn State just covers but loses. I say Penn State gets the upset against Ohio State. San Diego State versus Hawaii. We both go with the Aztecs to get the upset in Hawaii. Let's see, Denver and Buffalo. We both agree the Bills should take care of business against the Broncos, and obviously we go 49ers over the Packers in Sunday Night Football.
All right, that's going to wrap up our program for today as we're going to do a little maintenance here.